I will tell the history of Indonesia from the era of 5000 BC to the present day. Indonesia historical timeline of 5000 BC. Austronesian people began moving into Indonesia from the Philippines. 850 AD, Sanjaya, early Mataram, seized control of Central Java Buddhist Salandra, flees to Sriwijaya, Southern Sumatra. 910 to 1080, political center of Java, moved to East Java, rise of Hindu kingdom on Bali. 1222 to 1275, Singasari dynasty founded, control maritime trade from Sriwijaya. 1294, Singasari falls to Majapahit kingdom, the most powerful in Indonesia history. 15th century, Majapahit and Kediri are conquered by Islamic Demak. Java Hindu aristocracy moved to Bali. 1619, Dutch take over Jayakarta and rename it Batavia. 1740 to 1755, a major conflict originated in Batavia and new capital at Surakarta is established. 1830 to 1850, Dutch introduced barbaric cultivation system, land tax payable by labor or land use. Famine occurred, 250,000 died. 1910, Indonesia Communist Movement founded. 1910 to 1930, turbulent period of strikes, violence, and organized rebellion. 1942 to 1944, Japan invade Bali and Java, promises independence. 1945, Japan surrender, national leader Sukarno and Hatta declare Indonesia independence, Dutch return to resume control, war for independence break out. 1949, Dutch acknowledge Indonesia independence under UN pressure. Late 1950, communist insurgency prompts Sukarno to declare martial law. 1966, Sukarno persuaded to sign power to his protege Suharto, who take over presidency. Until 1998, Suharto is re-elected 6 times in rigged election. 1998, Suharto refuses to reform economy and is forced to resign and mass student uprising. 2008, Suharto dies, ending a major chapter in Indonesia history. 2009, poverty rate dropped dramatic from 60% in 1990 to 14.1%. 2010, amid global economic crisis, Indonesia emerged as the third strongest economy after China and India. Indonesian historical from its pre-colonial kingdom to modern-day Indonesia can broadly divided into several key periods: pre-colonial, colonial, and then post-colonial. Pre-colonial Indonesia, early inhabitant. Austronesian and Melanesian people settled the archipelago around 2000 BC. Hindu-Buddhist kingdom. The arrival of Hindu and Buddhist influences led to the rise of powerful kingdom like Sriwijaya and Mataram, known the maritime trade and cultural exchange. Rise of Majapahit. This kingdom center in East Java achieved dominance in the 13th and 14th century, expanding its influence across the archipelago. Islamic influence. The spread of Islam, particularly through trade routes, led to the establishment of Muslim sultanate in various regions. Colonial Indonesia. European arrival. The Portuguese were the first European to arrive, followed by the Dutch, who established the Dutch East India or VOC and gradually gained control over the archipelago. Dutch colonial rule. The VOC and later the Dutch government established a vast colonial empire known as the Dutch East Indies, focused on extracting resources and controlling trade. Rise of nationalism. Indonesian intellectual and nationalism movement gradually grew in opposition to colonial rule, inspired by the principle of self-determination and anti-imperialism. Japanese occupation. During World War II, Japan briefly occupied the Dutch East Indies, further weakening Dutch control and fostering a stronger sense of Indonesian nationality identity.